did some crazy with this photo and doubled it, but let's skip them up. Every single photo you see of Skip, that's what he looks like. Someone did a nice job colorizing it. Always smiling. Skip was born in Tonawanda, New York. And in the thriving metropolis of Tonawanda, he grew up with a local family, the Nyland family. The Nyland family had 4 boys, all of whom would join the army in World War II. And one of Skip's best friends was a kid named Fritz Nyland. And Fritz joined the 82nd Airborne, and he fought in North Africa and Sicily. And one weekend, Skip and Don were able to get passes to London, and they met up with Fritz in London. And Don remembers that, you know, he and Skip are just, you know, after the fun and the greetings and, you know, horsing around, and they got to talking, and they both were asking Fritz, what's combat like, you know, what's combat like, and Fritz just said he couldn't explain it. You just have to see it for yourself. Now, for those that don't know, the story of Saving Private Ryan is actually based on the Nyland family. Fritz had another brother in the 82nd Airborne who was killed in Normandy. Had another brother in the 1st Infantry Division who was killed in Normandy. And a third brother was a pilot in the Southwest Pacific who was listed as missing in New Guinea. After the campaign, there wasn't a mission to pull him out, but after the campaign, Fritz did go home. He had done his share between North Africa, Sicily, and Normandy. One bit of good news, it did turn out that his brother in the Pacific did survive the war, was taken prisoner by the Japanese, but was released at the end of the war. Skip gets drafted like a lot of young men in early 1942, volunteers for the paratroops, goes to Toccoa. And we said earlier there he meets Don and Bill and Alex and all these guys who are his close friends. And he's a hell of a mortarman. Fortunately, Skip is killed on the 10th of January in the same foxhole as Alex Pancala. Was in the lobby of a hotel in New Orleans, got to chatting with these 2 women, and it turns out they're Skip Muck's nieces, and their mom was Skip's sister Ruth, I think it mentioned in the series. And this is the first time, that was the first time that they had like gone to anything, but that they had grown up always hearing about Uncle Skip and always hearing about what a wonderful man he was, and you know that he had joined the paratroops and he'd fought in, you know, Normandy and Holland and was killed in the Battle of the Bulge. So just wonderful people. And to know that Skip, after he died, there was still this family that always talked about him. You know, Tonawanda's not a big place. You know, Fritz Nyland survived the war and talked about his best friend Skip. Being able to be here with Don Markey, it still would hit him very hard. But so many of the guys would come and visit Skip and Pancala and Julian and Webb and Neil. So there were always people coming to here, and Skip was just one of those guys who just touched everybody, and really just his memory lives on. He's still got family, and you know, and we're here to celebrate that life and his memory. So if we could please take a moment of silence. Thank you.